I've left the busy valuation day behind me and taken to the towpath. These days we think of canals as a place for fun and relaxation, but at the end of the 18th century, these were the motorways of the Industrial Revolution, vital for moving goods and raw materials in bulk across the country. And situated just outside of Market Harborough, this stretch of the canal network has a particularly interesting history.
I've come to Foxton Locks, one of the longest flights of locks in the English canal system, to find out how engineers in past times ingeniously solved the age-old problem of moving water uphill. And how did they solve it? Well, by this. A staircase of locks, 10 of them, a flight of them going up the side of the hill. Now, the front gate of each lock created the back gate of the next one, and so forth. And assisted by these ponds and reservoirs, that helped regulate the water flow as the narrow boats were passing through. Here at Foxton, well, that was just such a brilliant design, considering this was the age of horse and cart and pulley and tackle. There were no mechanical diggers, so you could imagine the blood, sweat and tears that went in to building this flight of locks.
Navigating the locks can be a real challenge even for the most experienced boater. Bill Smith works on site here, and this morning he's kindly offered to be my guide.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Paul.
Pleased to meet you. And what a lovely day as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, now you're the lock keeper. How long have you been lock keeper here?
I've been here for 4 years now.
Gosh, what a lovely job here. Des Res here, look. Yeah. But what a view from the office.
Yeah, fantastic both ways, isn't it?
When was this established?
The locks opened in 1814. The lock keeper would have lived here in the house behind us. And unlike me, he wouldn't have got his 2 days off a week. He'd have just been here and that would have been his job working.
24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the height of the Industrial Revolution and, you know, trade was flowing backwards and forwards. So what's the main difference today, then?
The emphasis is more, obviously, on leisure. And we get many, many people come here. And some of the people we know, I think one of the differences in times gone by is that the working boaters would have been very regular. It would have been largely the same group of people. So the old-time lock keepers would have probably known their customers far better than we ever get the chance to, just given the turnover that we get now with the holiday boaters.
Yeah. And you end up giving, obviously, the novices lots of tips and helping them out.
Yeah, I mean, they need... beginners perhaps need a lot more instruction and a lot more time.
Little bit of guidance. Well, do you know what, Bill? I think we should take to the water now, and you can show me the ropes along the way.
Yeah, great. Hi, Paul, this is Terry. He's going to be helping us take the boats through the locks today.
Terry, pleased to meet you, Terry. Can I come aboard?
Yes. Well, mate.
Thanks.
Ever since the locks were completed, a huge variety of cargo, from coal and iron to everyday items, such as beer, flour, milk and cabbages, have been transported through here. At the canal's height, 50 or 60 working boats a day moved through the locks, passing between the busy industrial Midlands, London and the South.
We're in position now. We're at the top of the lock staircase.
You're going to need one of these, which is called a windlass.
Shall I go this side?
Yeah, we both step off this side and take a walk on down there.
Right, OK. This is the first lock then for us. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, well, these things here in front of us are called paddles, and in this flight of locks there are 2 paddles to operate each lock. Yeah. It's very straightforward. We wind the red one up first, and then as soon as we wind the red one up, we go back to the other side of the beam and wind the white one up. OK, so with the windlass, start to wind it up, push the windlass onto the spindle, nice tight fit, and then turn it clockwise.
OK.
Some of them are a bit tough, and this one in particular, you'll certainly need both hands to be able to wind it up. When we wind this one up, it opens up a channel that connects the pond to our right there to the lock below us.
Yeah.
When we lift that up, the water starts coming from the pond to fill the lock ahead of us.
So this is like a little reservoir, and they're dotted all the way down for each lock?
Each lock has its own side pond.
Brilliant. Ingenious, isn't it, really?
So we'll just carry on and we'll wind, keep on turning this till it won't go any further.
That happens pretty fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You can hear the water gushing in now. It's gradually filling up. What a lovely sound as well.
OK, Paul, now we've done the red paddle, it's time to do this one, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. If you want to start turning that clockwise, you probably need both hands to do it.
Actually, it's a lot easier than it looks, really, isn't it?
The one I did wasn't. I did the hard work. You're doing the easy one, I think. And if you
There
look
you go.
behind you, you can see what
Wow,
we're doing with this.
look at that gush, and obviously that's now letting the water out and the boat is dropping quite rapidly down. Look at this. That is so quick. You can see the narrowboat is now almost level with my feet in about 8 seconds.
But unlike lots of locks where the water travels through the gates, in this flight of locks, all the water travels via the side ponds.
Exactly.
And with this system, it means we're going to take this boat all the way down the locks just on the equivalent of one lock full of water.
Look at that, what a smooth operation. It looks so easy in the sunshine, but obviously in the middle of winter, with the rain pouring
It can be a
down.
little bit bleak up here then, yeah.
Yeah, in past times, this narrowboat full of coal or something and horses everywhere, it would have been hard work. Hard work. What's next?
Oh, well, that was quite easy, Paul. We've got another 9 to go now, so on we go.
Should we get winding?
The journey through the locks takes a minimum of 45 minutes. But when the canal gets busy, people can wait up to 5 hours. In the late 1800s, when working boats plied the canals, bottlenecks were affecting business. And competition from road and rail meant a more efficient way to move boats up and down the hill had to be found. So while Terry and Bill carry on down through the locks, I'm off to see what an engineer called Gordon Cale Thomas came up with.
And this is it. It's the site where the Foxton inclined plane once stood. It's a brilliant piece of Victorian technology. It was opened in 1900 and it was designed to take bigger boats more quickly and effectively up the hill.
Built by a workforce of 300 men, the lift had 2 tanks which carried boats suspended in water. Each tank could carry 2 narrowboats, or for the first time, 1 wide beam barge. The whole system was powered by an engine house at the top of the hill.
It's marvellous, isn't it? You can just imagine what this would have looked like back then. The inclined plane journey time was just 12 minutes. It was a vast improvement on the flight of locks. And of course, it was a lot greener as well, because in the lock system, when you let a narrowboat pass through, all the water was flowing downhill. This way, you use the same amount of water in a large tank going up the hill as you did coming down the hill. So it saved a lot of this vital resource.
Sadly, the lift wasn't operating for long. After just 10 years, it was closed, and in 1928 it was demolished and sold for scrap. A team of fundraisers here at Foxton is now at work to restore it.
Well, until it's back in operation, and let's hope that soon, the only way to travel through this stretch of canal is via the historic lock system. And do you know what? I've had a great time this morning travelling through it with Bill and Terry. Our journey's almost come to an end. We've got one more lock to go through. Terry, thanks very much. Bill,
Cheers, Paul.
it's been a real pleasure. Thank you. I'm going to jump off now before I end up in Leicester.